Hello everyone, welcome to the Valley News Now desk as Duke Schindler hits it with you this early Friday morning, and we got some inclement weather going on right now and ahead for the next few days. We're going to see some serious winds, blowing snow, kind of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the above here. And then we do want to go through some of these road closures. We're going to have Lisa hop in here in just a second to give us our main weather because, well, as we know, she is 1000% the expert. I'm just here to kind of look at the roads and pictures with you guys, of course. But yeah, good to be here on the early morning slate of the show here, as we'll keep an eye on when Lisa gets back in and gives us the weather here. But we're gonna bring up what we have so far, and I'm gonna make sure this is easy to read for all you guys. Perfect. Yep, obviously wind chills are dropping near minus 30, minus 40 here for Saturday and Sunday morning coming up for the weekend. But right now, we are going to be looking at 10 degrees with some blustery winds. Feels like minus 10 out there right now, and currently winds are blowing at 24 miles an hour. Now keep in mind that is without the gusts. Lisa's going to be able to break that down for us here in just a bit. But this is what it's looking like right now. It's feeling brisk out there for the rest of the day. We're going to see some precipitation. I don't think too much as far as the First Alert weather crew is, but I believe we have Lisa here ready to rock, so let's get it over.
First Alert weather day where drivers are experiencing some very tough conditions out there. We're getting reports from our viewers saying that they've had to pull off the side of the road because of whiteout conditions at times and slick roads. And this just continues as we're working our way through the morning. I've been watching this cam, the I-94 Rothsay camera here, because there's a highway sign right here, just conveniently located in the camera from the Minnesota DOT along I-94, reporting a crash down the road. This is eastbound, it's looking like, and the left lane is closed there. And we also have more roads that are closed around the valley too. Here's a look at that. We've got areas in red here from around Polk County and then point south. It looks like earlier roads were closed up to the international border. It looks like that's improved there. That road's been opened, but there are still some segments that are closed. So this is a dynamic situation. It's changing every minute. So make sure you're checking road maps through the Valley News Live website or VNN weather app for the latest before you hit the road. But you can see Highway 2 between Grand Forks and Crookston, segments of Highway 75 and other highways in western Polk and in Norman County here this morning. And you can see scattered snow showers continue. We saw one round move through and another one that's kind of been redeveloping, pushing into the Fargo-Moorhead area with gusts that are in the 30s and 40s, a 48-mile-per-hour gust in Oaks right now, 41 in Fergus Falls. Lots of delays and closings scrolling at the bottom of your screen as well, with visibility in Crookston and in Fergus Falls currently at 0. That's the lowest. Well, it's the lowest you can go, but that's the first I've seen Fergus Falls down to 0. So again, some places seeing conditions worsen or improve and then worsen again. So today the wind will continue. We'll see snow showers continuing through the day until we get into tonight. That will start to taper off. It's not until tomorrow morning where we see that wind finally ease up. So it's going to be a long road here as we're dealing with this today. We'll have more news and weather updates coming up throughout the morning, including another update right here in about 30 minutes.
And thank you very much here, Lisa. As we kind of go back to what the road conditions are looking like right now, we're going to keep an eye on some of the cameras, some of the snow plows that are out there with cameras on them. And if you want us to take a look in your early morning drive for potential conditions, feel free to reach out in our Facebook comments. I'd love to take a look at where everyone's coming from here and give you an update on what things are looking like in your neck of the woods. But back to what we're seeing here. Obviously, you saw just from Lisa there, we're going to see 35 to 45 mile an hour gusts throughout the day on top of the 25 mile an hour winds. Now, taking a look at the hourly here as we move through the day, it's just going to be a lot of wind here, guys, as we move throughout. Less than 50% chance of precipitation, but expect to see the blowing snow make a big impact if you're hitting the roads right now. As we keep moving through, it's just going to get colder and colder and colder. If you've been following our First Alert weather team, you should have been preparing or should be prepared that, yeah, January weather is definitely on the way. It gave us a break here through the first half of the month, but Yeah, no, it's coming back with full force as we move into the next morning. Yeah, it's going to be in those -2 range, -5. Good thing I actually do not have anything going on this weekend that requires me to drive, because these last few have been, feels like every Friday we're seeing something new here. As we look at the 10-day, we have a first alert weather day for today, Saturday, and Sunday because of those high winds, strong gusts, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, pretty much. Looking into a little bit of Saturday, yep, it's just going to be a lot of what we're going to see today. A few flurries, snow showers, gusty winds, blowing snow. That's going to be the story of these kind of first alert weather days as we move throughout. And if you're just joining the stream now, I am taking Facebook comments, so once we get to the road conditions, feel free to reach out to where you're going, where you are. I can try to pull up some road cams and snowplow cams from that area, or get it a little close at the very least. All right, let's take a look at what the system is moving through here in the Fargo area. This is going to be past to present here. I'm going to drag this scroller back, and yeah, this is pretty much what we've been getting through this evening here. Thankfully, our morning crew got here before the storm pretty much arrived. Besides Sayla, she was out there braving the wind. But as we move kind of to where most people wake up, just sticking around, a very slow-moving system it seems like here. Obviously, keep in touch with our First Alert weather team. They have much more information on this than my brain does. They went to school for it, so. And as we kind of move things to where we are right now, this is kind of what the radar is looking like on the valleynewslive.com website. That's kind of what we're going to be seeing here throughout the day. Now looking towards the future here as we move the scroller, looking like things may clear out by about 10 a.m. So if you're heading to work at 10 or got an 11 to 7 shift, it should be clearing up. Hopefully the plows are out there. They've always done a great job, especially through this winter, because we've had some serious inclement weather here. But as you can see, the radar is going to be just not too much precipitation as we kind of move into the next day. That's going to be Saturday. Like I said, few flurries, snow showers. It's going to be mixed in depending on where you are. But the big impact is really going to be that wind and blowing your car around. I was out, and about last Friday, I was actually telling some people that I had to go home for a birthday party, and I made I waited probably a little longer than I should have. And, well, I was following the storm the whole way to my hometown, so that was certainly quite an adventure. I would not advise for anyone. Now, taking a look at school closings, if you're looking for your school right now, please drop a comment so I can make sure if we do have this up on our website. But I'll just take a quick scroll on who's going through what. Looks like we got virtual learning days, 2-hour delays, just kind of all over the the area here. A lot of closings, a lot of 2-hour delays, opening late. Yep. Goodridge, we're looking at, yep, 2 hours. Boy, I really used to miss this as a kid growing up. Getting that 2-hour late, even the 2-hour late was just a treat because you just got like an extra hour of sleep. It felt so good. I'm sure everyone else remembers that growing up too. Closed Friday, plenty of schools just throwing in the white flag for this one. It's close enough to the weekend. It's a blustery wind out there. And yeah, just keeping the kiddos safe. That's a look at the closings we have here. As we move on to the road maps, we did have some closures here in Minnesota, and I do want to start with that actually, since that's what we're looking at here right now. The event. Take that out. Looks like there may have been some openings here. At first, it seemed like 75 may have had a closure, but as we look through the key here that we have on the side, it looks like this purple right here that we're seeing, travel is not advised. Right, that's going to be going south on 75 towards Georgetown, towards Fargo, I should say, as well. And that's going to be That's going to be going all the way down to Wahpeton. So if you're on that kind of edge of Minnesota near the border going towards 75, that's going to be where travel is definitely not advised at this time. We're going to pull up some plow and snow cameras, see if we can kind of take a look at what's going on here in this area. Near Abercrombie on 75. This is what they're saying is travel not advised. That's going to be the blowing snow getting onto the roads, of course, and just kind of sticking there. And that can turn into some serious ice as we kind of move along here. Let me grab this. Woo! And like Lisa was saying too, in that area there is borderline whiteout conditions. We're going to pull up Fergus here in a second too to take a look at what that's looking like. That was at visibility 0, so take that as a warning or a precaution here as we take a look at things. This is what you'd be dealing with on US 59 near Fergus here. Yep, right near 94. So if you're just off 94 on 59, yeah, you're experiencing a little bit of this. Not much visibility ahead here at this time. And getting a little closer to Fergus too, a little south of that. Not sure. Camera must be a little off on that one. We'll keep pulling up some plow cams here. Road conditions themselves just seem to be blowing snow, getting back onto those roads. Always be looking out for black ice. That's going to be the big thing, especially with this blowing snow getting onto the roads. A lot of people will be taking them, melting that snow on the roads, turning into ice, A, B, C, D. We know the gist. This is going to be, where are we looking here? This is going to be Otter Tail, near Otter Tail on 210 near 94, just right near that exit. This is, oh, we did just look at that. A little farther down near Parkdale, this is going to be straight, oh my goodness. Oof. Yeah, if you're near I-94, near Parkdale at this time, I'm sure it's definitely brutal out there. That's on Highway 52. And as we get closer, this is going to be I-94, also south of Fergus Falls. A little closer to east, a little closer to Alexandria. That's what you're dealing with, and I assume the gusts do not make it any easier when you're driving on those roads. Let's get a little closer to Rothsay. I know Lisa pulled up a picture from that area. Oof. Yeah, you can just tell that visibility is not great. As we scroll through these pictures, very dangerous road conditions. If you are on your way to work right now or planning to head, advised to leave probably 10, 20, 30 minutes early. More near Rothsay on I-94, snowplow cams. Man, that visibility is just not great. As you take a look at the DOT cam here, there is just not much going on. Certainly thoughts are going out to anyone that has to hit the road right now. It wasn't too bad when I came in here on University Drive, avoiding 29 and 94. Now let's get up to some, I'm going to give this a refresh as well before we start moving things into the North Dakota area. As we get a little bit near Crookston, let's check out Crookston. They got a little pink there, which would mean roads are completely covered and travel not advised in this Crookston area. Taking a look at the plow cams. Ooh, yeah, you can see just the blowing snow here. You don't need a video to see what's going on these roads near was that US Highway 2? Yep, US 2. Near the University of Minnesota, Crookston, also on US 2. Visibility horrendous. Not looking good. Goodness gracious. Yeah, for our viewers near Crookston, out in Crookston, be very, very wary of those road conditions right now. It is looking ugly up there. As we get a little closer to the south, I believe we looked at this one already. Yeah, that's what Crookston's looking like at this time, and I'd like to also mention to anyone that just joined the stream, if you want me to check out an area, make sure you let me know in these Facebook comments. I'd love to take a look at the areas that people are coming out of, going to A, B, C, D. So that's kind of what a look at Minnesota is like. Let's just take one plow camera here in Wapaton. Woo, US 75 right here. Yeah, roads are getting covered, guys. Roads are getting covered. Now let's move over to the North Dakota road maps, see what is cooking on this side of the border. Right now, roads are we're seeing a lot of purple. That's going to mean, as you can see right there, snow covered and scattered snow drifts. That's going to be probably the majority of what the road conditions are going to look like with these blustering winds. As Lisa mentioned, 35 to 45 mile an hour gusts here at this time. So, yeah, it's going to be a marathon out there for anyone that needs to drive. Thankfully, I am pretty close to the station and do not need to take any major highways. Going south of Fargo, or south of Grand Forks, excuse me. That wind is playing an impact here at this time. Not too bad of a time to mention, too, as all of our fathers at one point did, I'm sure. Put some sandbags in the back of your car. Weigh that thing down so that wind doesn't really blow you around. I don't know if that actually works or not, if that's just an old old thing that people used to do and it's not proven or anything. I'd assume so. The science makes sense, at least in my brain. But closer to Fargo here as we get in, going north to south. Road conditions not too bad in this area, but you're going to see a lot of this. Roads not too bad themselves, but with the wind blowing snow onto that roads, getting in your way as a driver, it can certainly be a massive headache. I'm getting a little closer to Fargo, right near Moorhead. Oop, excuse me. Well, a lot of road cams here, a lot of road cams. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of what we're dealing with here. Fargo 19th and 40th Avenue. As we keep things moving here. A lot of that today. Going to be a lot of that. This picture looks like it was very much earlier in the morning here. I don't know why I keep accidentally right-clicking as well. Woo. It's going to be a lot of that today, guys. It's going to be I-94 West near 25th Street South. Snow-covered roads, blustering winds. That's going to be a lot of what we are seeing here at this time. A little bit closer to Castleton, let's take a peek. Getting west of Fargo. That visibility is going to be tough as we move throughout the day. I believe Lisa had the wind gusts at its peak right now, or in these next couple hours. So hopefully those gusts calm down just a little bit, make it a little easier on drivers. Let's take a look at what these yellows are looking like here. These yellow on the key, kind of the yellow candy cane, is scattered ice. So right here, maybe some black ice on the road from that blowing snow. Always make sure you're looking out and being wary of your surroundings. That'll make a drive much easier. And also just taking the extra time to leave a little earlier too. Near Jamestown, that is very, very ugly. Oof. Snow-covered roads, potentially ice-covered. Yeah, those streaks of snow can quickly turn to ice. So make sure if you're out near Jamestown, be extra careful. Near Valley City, taking a peek. You know when you can see wind from a still image that it's a pretty violent gust, as you can see right there in the kind of the background, making visibility very, very, very tough near Valley City. Roads themselves, a little east of that, not too shabby, but always make sure you're looking out for black ice, anything. Take your time. There is no rush here today. Yeah, this is just going to be a, oops. Just going to be a lot of what we see here. We'll be doing, we'll see how long I can go here before we take the next weather hit. I might just send it to a stream break before we take Lisa and run through these road conditions again. I will kind of take that and play that by ear. This is near University Drive on I-94. Whew. And these pictures, as you can see, 8/24. So this was not too long ago, but thankfully, these ever since I've moved to North Dakota and Fargo, I've certainly noticed that the plows have done some excellent work here, making sure people are safe and getting out in those roads pretty early to make sure that everyone doesn't have the most headache of a drive. As we get to 52nd here near I-29, that's the exit I would be coming out of if I were to take 29 to 94 to get to the station. Man. A lot of snow-covered roads. A lot of blustering winds, gusts, blowing that snow on the roads, making sure Mother Nature is doing its best to give us a headache here today, as I must say. That's, as far as I know, I don't see any comments on our Facebook right now of places to check out. Let's check near Grand Forks and take a peek. Not looking too bad. I've also found it funny since I moved here. It seems like whenever we get a snowstorm, even though Grand Forks is just an hour, maybe a little more north of us, it feels like either they get the brunt of the storm or we get the brunt of the storm, not both of us. Whew. Yeah. Not too bad. Visibility, not great near Grand Forks. This is on I-29 as well. But the roads themselves not looking too bad. I'm sure that those last couple days where we had some really good temperatures in those mid to upper 30s, that definitely, played a factor in the amount of blowing snow. Let's check near Wahpeton before I send this to, oh my heavens. Whew. Well, yeah, we did check this on the Minnesota side as well, but yeah, in Wahpeton itself, this is going to be North Dakota 13. Oh man. Yeah, that's the beauty of North Dakota and how flat we get. That snow, and whenever there's gusts, that can be pretty violent. Yeah. I can't get over that. The fact that you can just see the wind from a still image is just insane to me. Getting close to the South Dakota border, visibility also not great. Not great. This is getting very close to that South Dakota border on I-29. Oh my goodness. That visibility is going to be a struggle throughout the day here, guys. We got about 10 minutes until our next appearance from Lisa, so I'm going to shut things down for now and go to a little bit of a break here before we hop back on and get you a little bit more of these road conditions and another extended forecast from Lisa here. But thank you very much for joining us on the Valley News Now desk. We'll be back in about 8 minutes or so, but for Duke Schindler, we'll catch you in just a little bit.